We're back.
Welcome back.
We're back.
It's not like you ran up here and sat down.
Yeah.
Woo!
A little tired, but hey, we are back in black. So what's going on, guys?
Lots of stuff. Good evening. Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday.
The weekend has begun.
Yeah, let me, I'm going to go on here and share. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in and watching this fantastic show that we put together for you this evening, live from the Consult App Studios, Los Angeles, California. Catch us every Tuesday and Friday night, man. We've been kind of loyal to that. You know, Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 to 8. We probably run to about 8:30 tonight again, but we've been pretty loyal to the 2 days a week. I think there was only 1 week we did one show. So we're streaming live, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you can't catch us live, catch our podcast. I actually like listening to our podcast after the show. Listen to our podcast at bartalknow.com or Apple, Spotify, Google, pretty much anywhere you can get a podcast. That's where you will find us. Just type in Bar Talk and we will appear there, and then you can absolutely listen to us.
Poof.
Yeah, just out of the blue, man. Hey, we're there. I'm Dropkick Dave. We got the Nick in the studio. We got
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. I don't know where that's coming from.
It's Chris.
Oh, it's
It
Chris.
was not mine.
Yeah. Didn't he say right before the show, mute your speakers?
I smashed mine with a hammer.
Yeah, whatever. And that's Chris Fry. Christopher G. Fry, Esquire, the CEO and president of the Consult App. We had a good day today, didn't we, guys?
Yes, we did.
Getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, it's
very productive.
Yeah, productive. Tired. I'm a little tired. I got here about a little bit after 6. I jumped on the bike for a second because I thought I was going to be a hot shot and get on the bike. And
literally a second.
Yeah. So
he sat on it, tested the seat.
Yeah, I literally jumped on it for like a second, and then I rode for like 15 minutes, man. 15 minutes killed me, man. My knees really been bothering me. I don't know what the deal is, but hey, it is what it is.
Welcome to post-knee surgery.
Yeah. So other than that, I'm tired. I've been at it since I got off the bike. I think the guys came in a little bit earlier today. So we knocked a bunch of stuff out today, closer and closer and closer. Thanks to, we want to thank LawPay for legal billing and payments. They are a leader, no question about it. Wells Fargo, leader in legal banking. And huge thanks to Avo, leader in attorney reviews and ratings worldwide. We're partners with Avo. They're fantastic. We love them. I want to talk about Wells Fargo real quick. In the last week, I've been giving cashier's checks to my employees. Just go get a cashier's check from Wells Fargo. So Joe deposits a cashier's check, Wells Fargo cashier's check, into his Wells Fargo account, and they put a hold on it for 3 days. Who does Wells Fargo think they are? I mean, seriously. It just really freaking pisses me off.
That's why you get a cashier's check, because it's like cash.
Dude, who? I don't get it. I don't understand. Are they just that dumb? I mean, it's like one thing after another with Wells Fargo. Really, seriously. I'm about ready to take their logo off and tell them to kick rocks. I'm so sick of talking about them. They like to, 3 years ago, they scam a bunch of people by opening up dummy accounts in people's names. They get hit with fines and a criminal charge, and then they hold a cashier's check for 3 days to an employee that needed the money. It's absolutely crazy to me. It's stupidity. And then they give PPP loans to people that they pick out because they're preferred clients, so they give PPP loans to them. Doesn't matter how big they are. We're going to give it to you. Screw the middleman. Screw the small business owner.
The people that really need it.
Yeah, the people that really need it.
The ones that
we're
it was
give it to
intended
you.
for.
Yeah, so what a joke. We're going to get into some more PPP stuff tonight. Obviously, I'm on a roll here this morning.
We're coming for you.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's just, man, you have no faith in banking, man. Do you guys trust banks? Do you trust
Never.
the bank?
No.
Dude, and you need them. I mean, it's not like you don't need to deal with a bank, but it's just unfortunate that I feel that way about a bank, man. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Particularly your own bank.
Yeah. So what's going to happen when, we're making big bucks? What are we going to worry about then?
More banks.
I mean, this is the same bank Okay, this is the same bank. So me and Nick were in New York. Well, you fixed it. We were in New York. We're on there. We're doing a business trip in New York. Okay, and because we didn't change our address, they never reached out to any of us. None of us. They have my email. They have my phone. They have your email. They have your phone. None of them reached out to us whatsoever, and they just froze our account. No deposits. No withdrawals. They froze our account. We're in New York, and to fix it, all you had to do was change the address. So it's like, come on, man. I mean, I don't get it. They're backwards. I don't know if that's like on a local scale, or if it's just nationwide that they're that idiotic. I don't know. It's I'm going to take them off. They're not even going on my thing. I'm done with them. Seriously.
I know I had another.
Screw Wells Fargo.
I had another bank, and they actually charged me to even get a cashier's check or money order.
They're idiots. Well, we have a business account there, so they don't charge that. But still, how do you get a cashier's check? Give it to your employee. Your employee deposits it in his account, Wells Fargo account. You think that their computer would realize, oh, it's a Wells Fargo check. Boom, boom, boom. So it's crazy. It's stupid.
Did they flag themselves?
But yeah. So
we're going to have to hold that. We know how we do business.
Anyway, Wells Fargo's a freaking joke. I'm taking them down. I'm going to tell them to kick rocks. I'm done dealing with them. Unfortunately, I'm not going to switch banks right now. I got to keep Wells Fargo, but I'll probably go back to Chase. Wells Fargo's a joke. So how was your guys' day? I mean, obviously my day wasn't. I'm tired. I'm irritated from phone calls today and meetings today that I have to talk to idiot people and listen to morons pretty much talk today. I don't like it. I want to stay in my zone back there. We did get a lot accomplished today. The team back in the dev office, man, we're a team, dude. We've knocked so much out, and it gets better and better and better. Even Joe sat back tonight and said, man, he said, this is really a sexy app. He said, this is really, really incredible.
He's been, the look on his face recently when he has been talking about it, he's made a shift.
Yeah.
Not that he was ever like doubtful or anything like that. It's just, I think he sees the finish line, and he's really proud of what they've accomplished.
He should be.
Oh, yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
And
we're close. Apple's done. We actually have it up on test flight on Apple. We're testing it tomorrow. Another day of testing and security. Sunday, he's coming in Sunday, test it. Monday, we're going to go through it. You know me, how picky I am. We're going to go through it, make sure fonts, and make sure everything's done the way I want it done. And then Tuesday, we're submitting to the Apple Store. It shouldn't take more than a week since we've already been pre-approved. We're already there, and it'll be live on Apple next week. Android will be done in 3 weeks. The website will be done from the 15th. They'll work that 1 week from the 15th for one more week, and that'll be completed. So, again, by June 1st, we will have a finished product that is a game changer. It's revolutionary, not evolutionary. Oh, my God. I want to freaking pound my head up against a brick wall today. But anyway, so...
I can get you a brick.
So how about you just hit me in the head with a brick? But... So no, it's just part of the day. It turned out to be a good day, so it was great. So what'd you do today? I didn't really keep an eye on you guys too much today.
Actually, we've been getting a lot of responses off of the internet.
LinkedIn.
Yeah,
just typical LinkedIn.
Yeah, the
stuff.
postings and people responding to it and wanting more information, and actually drafted I won't call it a letter. It's more,
the letter's fantastic.
More of a synopsis of.
Is this the letter you're talking about? The Consult app?
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes.
Great.
And it basically contains what at least when I drafted it considered to be, the primary or the major features of the app and what it's capable of doing. Of course, there is a list of
it's a great letter.
Features.
Go to listen. We're going to have a team, our team thing. So we'll all have pictures of us up there and what we do and what we're bringing to the table. I'm going to put it up there as a letter from the president and all of your credentials and everything like that. I'm going to have that up sometime, maybe over the weekend. And then if anybody wants to now we're doing videos for features. So now the videos are really cool. So instead of trying to figure out how it works, or we actually show you, we actually do videos. We'll post it. All those are starting to get posted on the website in the features area. All the features. So we're just doing everything we can to make it as easy as possible for our salespeople and for our sales staff to let these attorneys. We're going to have a week trial now. So we got a demo where we'll actually give a week trial. So we're pretty confident that it's gonna be a blockbuster.
And that's one of the beautiful things about the app, because we did the really two kind of tests today. We did the one-on-one answering and having the the client and the attorney visually conferencing, and then we did another one later in the day where we actually had the quad split screen with 4 people. The audio was flawless. The picture,
video's HD. Is that video
the
not
video
crazy, dude?
is
Why are these people not using
way
HD?
better? Way better than what I mean when we originally researched it, and then we hooked it up and put the API.
And it's secure, people. It's secure. It's not Zoom. It's secure. It's HD and it's secure. And it is, and literally, to get from the sign-in point to talk to an attorney live, or get in the sign-in point to get to the video to invite either witnesses, lawyers, clients, whatever it may be, literally takes like a minute. There's not a lot of sign-on process. There's not a lot of things you have to do.
No,
pretty simple to do.
Basically, press a button that said accept, and
and then when you're live on the video, what's really cool is you get a check. So you're talking to an attorney. You can actually press a button and up pulls his AVO rating and ratings and listings and reviews. And you
his
can
bio,
literally
his awards.
You can literally talk, or him or her. You can literally talk and have a conversation and check the attorney out as you're talking. So that was huge for us too. So
invaluable.
And also,
it's crazy.
Really nice, a nice part of the multiple conferencing was that not only was the video exceptional, but there was no drag or overlap or
no, it doesn't
any
lag.
kind
it
of
doesn't.
lag time between the audio.
Yeah,
and
a couple
speaking.
things are in our favor in that, and we realized this going into it. Most cellular service has been getting better and better, so that really helps us. So when you have 5G and you have that technology, which soon everybody will. It really helps us as far as bandwidth is concerned. So it keeps that video crisp and it keeps everything up to date. I think it'll just get better and better. There's some new technology that Joe is going to implement. It's new. It's something new that actually lowers the bandwidth but expands it makes the video quality better, which is crazy to me. So we are on top of it, man. We want the best quality video consultation we can get, and we've taken every step to do that, and we haven't cut any corners. So we did everything right. So it's been really, really cool. Let's so we'll go back to the Consult app here in a little bit. Let's talk about what's going on today. First of all, Mother's Day weekend. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day
to all the mothers out there. And sisters. My sister's a mother, so I guess I'm going to have to maybe take her to lunch or get her some flowers or something like that. Whatever. Then
that was so endearing.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll throw a burger down her throat.
Yeah, my sister's my sister. So
she'll have a brick too.
Did you hear about the? You actually mentioned it to me today, Nick. You're like, hey man, the California bar got hacked today, or was it yesterday?
It was earlier in the week. A phishing attack, like we were talking about.
Right.
Fishing for tuna.
Yeah. No, they drafted an email to make it look like it was one of the employees from the bar, and were shooting it off to people. From what I understand, they got ahead of it. But yeah, just one of those things where like, hey, we told you.
It's crazy, man. It happens every day. I mean, these poor law firms, man. I mean, especially now. Imagine a firm getting hacked now. I mean, we need to find out how many, and this is one thing. We need to find out how many, because obviously we didn't mention this when we were on the show Tuesday, but the July so the court system here in Central Florida anyway has been pushed back till July instead of June. So it's like, I don't understand that. I don't know what their reasoning is behind that. They obviously have a reason for it, but it's been kicked back, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. I mean, can you imagine when the courts open back up? Didn't the head judge say, dude, it's going to be insane. We're going to have a year backlog just trying to catch up. That's nuts.
The calendars are going to be insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that due process?
No, it's not due process. What do you do? I mean, I don't know what you do, especially for criminal law. I mean, defendants, have 60. What is it, 60 days, Chris, or something like that? You have to appear in front of the judge within 60 days, or charges have to be filed.
Well, if they're in custody, at least in Florida, they appear before what they call first appearance or advisory judge within 24 hours.
Right. But if they don't file, I mean, they have 60 days to file. If they don't file, they walk. So I wonder how many at the state attorney's office are actually there to file charges. So it's been a mess everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I believe
probation office.
Many of them are working from home.
Right. Probation. What's the probation office doing? They're not having. I mean, are they doing urine tests? They still doing all that?
Can you pee in a cup? Can I watch?
I'm gonna pick it up. Put it in your mailbox.
That's an
the
interesting
cup's got a
question.
mask on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if they've told those procedures.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Or
and what about the inmates, dude? I mean, I know the inmates don't have 6 foot of
space
separation of space. So
the cell is almost 6 foot.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there.
A lot of I was going to comment. Like 800 COVID lawsuits have been filed. 230 of them are in regards to inmates.
Okay,
that's the largest amount of filings.
Yeah.
Some of these counties, the inmates account for the highest number of cases in the county.
Yeah.
Well,
look, I mean, if you're there on a violent charge, you beat your wife up, or you tried to kill somebody, or you did kill somebody, or whatever, then suck it up, man. You deserve COVID, as far as I'm concerned. But for the little marijuana charges, little drug charges, and some of the little stuff that they tie some of these some of these inmates to, or these defendants to, they should have just let them go, man. Just let them go and schedule a court date. I mean, how hard is that to do? So, but who am I?
Well, I think a lot of the counties.
I have you being all pragmatic over there.
I have Wells Fargo as a bank. So what does that tell you about me? Hey, Wells Fargo.
Don't judge me. I bank.
They're number one in legal banking.
I mean, they are number one in legal banking, but they're not number one on my list right now. They're not real bright.
Did you say illegal banking?
Yeah, illegal banking. But whatever, whatever. So, anything else going on? I know we had a bunch of stuff that came on today about the California bar being hacked, which I thought was kind of cool.
DeSantis pushed the state of emergency back an additional 60 days.
What? I didn't know
that was announced this afternoon.
Well, I heard they're opening up Monday. They're opening up bars and nail salons and hair places.
They have
what it
the
does,
3
just allows them to make some more decisions and get more funding.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily mean.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
But
that,
salons are going to be opening.
It looks like some things are starting to come back and starting to open up. Obviously, in the larger cities.
Beach ramps in Volusia County, they're starting to allow people back on the beach. Although it's really bizarre. I can't remember what beach I read. You're not allowed to sunbathe at the beach, and you're not allowed to sit on the beach. So I guess you can go to the beach and you can walk on the beach.
You can sunbathe in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Lay on the roof of the hood of your car.
The stupid.
These are people you folks voted for.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you guys did it.
Yeah, you guys did it. You voted for these county commissioners and these people that are making these decisions. So congratulations on your stupidity. What's going on with? So I don't know if I don't know if you wanted me to bring this up or not, but you have some family members that listen to us on a nightly basis.
Yeah, I do. The ones that listen to the ones that listen every night. Hello, Aunt and Uncle.
Hello, Aunt and Uncle.
Aunt Stella, Uncle Joe.
Yo.
But it's my other aunt. That's,
okay, gotcha.
My aunt and my other uncle, which I didn't share this with you today, but they both have been diagnosed with the COVID virus. And, they were
where are they
the
located?
Hospital, Chicago, suburbs. So we're praying for them.
Yeah, we wish them tons of luck. We're praying for them, and hopefully, they can beat this.
Yeah, well, my uncle has heart issues.
That's
so
dangerous.
It's just, and they're not spring chickens. So
I don't understand. I mean, your dad was in earlier today, and your dad was like, "Listen, man, they don't go anywhere. They must have got it at the grocery store."
Well, they only went to the grocery store a couple weeks ago to reload on supplies, and my uncle, I guess apparently about 5 days ago, started not feeling well, and thought it was like a seasonal cold. Although he's stubborn, and then. He started getting sick, and then finally his son is the one who called for him to get picked up.
Unreal.
And they're both there. They both
Chicago.
have been diagnosed with it.
They're going through it in the bigger cities still. It hasn't. They're going through it. So,
and that's one of the difficulties with the entire shutdown issue is what was it? At least at the beginning, it was 4 out of 5 people who were getting it from people who had no idea they had it.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's weird. I mean, I think I had it. I think I had it in January. I was sick as a dog. It's probably the sickest I've ever been. Was it into January, February?
End of January.
Well, that was quick too. You were, what was it, a day or two, and you were in the hospital?
Yeah, I was in the hospital. I actually and I had to fly back and forth, and I started to feel better. And then once I felt better, had to jump on a plane again to go back to New York, and went back up, and then felt bad again. So I probably should have slowed down and taken it easy, and I didn't. So a lot of that's probably my fault. But that could have been corona. Who knows? We never know. We won't know.
Yeah, well, they didn't have the test.
Yeah, they didn't have the test back then. They didn't test me, so you just never know. So, this is crazy thing that's happened. This COVID-19 corona. Why did they switch it from corona to COVID-19? Was it just was corona getting pissed?
I don't know.
That's weird, man.
No, maybe
they were maybe they got a hold of a lawsuit or something. Yeah.
I watched that video that was sent to us the other night, and that was a pretty interesting video. And
God, there's so many
you don't know if it's
theories and shit. I don't know who to believe anymore. There's certain I don't trust banks and I don't trust the government very much. I mean, call me crazy, but I don't. There's my reasons for that, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat as me. I think a lot of people have real trust issues with the government and trust issues with banking and the finances in this country. So when
you mean they're not always honest to us?
Yeah. Well, when you throw stuff like that video that came out, you throw that into the mix, people read it, and then in the back of their mind, they already have a trust problem with the government. So they're thinking, maybe this could be real. So that I think it's fuel for the fire. I don't know. I will say Mel Gibson's a badass in Conspiracy Theory, one of my favorite movies. I love that. That was a great movie. But it's a lot of a conspiracy theorists out there or whatever. And who am I to say they're wrong? I don't know that they're wrong, and I don't know that they're right. I'm trying to stay in my lane and get an app done. That's what I'm trying to do.
And the
talk about compartmentalizing.
Yeah, man. I got one thing on my mind, and it's not women, it's not girlfriends, it's not food. I like food. Food. Yeah.
Can't avoid the food.
Yeah, can't avoid the food. You got to eat. Exercise and that's a lie. So I just came around and lied on the air.
Well, you tested to see.
We walked last night.
Yeah, we did walk last night.
We did.
And I rode the bike for 15 minutes this morning, so I'm making an effort. And this app is number one for me. I was riding the bike and I'm looking over and I'm seeing the desk and I'm like, oh man, I had a great idea, and jumped down and went over and just never got back on. So it is what it is.
So the trust issue also is exacerbated by what many people consider to be if not corrupt, an unreliable media as well.
Oh my God! Of
because
course, yeah.
As we know
that from today.
Speaking to media people, they push stories that will will grab attention.
People just lie to you, man, left and right.
Right?
Hey, this is gonna happen. And I'm like, come on, dude. I mean, stop blowing smoke up my ass. I don't want to hear that shit. But you're right. I mean, this media, and especially now with social media, Chris. I mean, it's like, when somebody puts something on social media, it just explodes. I mean, it goes into this.
Oh yeah.
And people believe it. People are sheep, man. That's what they do. They believe. If they see a story out, instead of doing their own research and figuring it out, they'll just believe it because CNN put it out there. If CNN's got it on, it's got to be real. That's how people think.
Or even some of these independent sites where regular listeners or readers can jump in and actually edit the articles themselves from their home computer. Yeah. So you got some schlock sitting in an apartment going, hey, wouldn't it be cool to add this?
Right.
Just like tosses something in and people are reading it going, oh my God.
Yeah. Trump's got COVID-19. So
you gotta download that video.
But at least Melania tested negative.
Yeah, Melania, and I guess one of their valets or something tested positive or something.
Somebody, yes.
Yeah. How about that new press secretary? Ooh. Oh my God, is she not something else?
She is
very
good at her job.
Yeah, okay. I didn't hear a word she said when she was talking. I can't hear her when she's speaking. I'm too busy looking.
Setup and the knockdown.
Wow, she's a knockout. Wow, good for Trump.
She's attractive.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you, POTUS.
Very good enunciation too.
Yeah, she's really good at what she does, and what she does, I have no idea. Standing there looking good. She's really
she's
good
got great vowels.
Yeah, she's got great vowels. So what's going on with unemployment, man?
I love it when she says White House staff.
They get that. Oh, dude, I love it when she just says anything. I mean, she's spectacular. When I become a billionaire, I think I'm going to look her up.
Hey,
I know where to find her.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what's going on with unemployment? Did they fix that issue here in Florida? Do we know of?
Not that I know of.
No, it's crazy, man. It's
what was it? It was up for like a day and a half and then crashed again. And
Florida should be ashamed of itself. All these people that deserve that money, they've worked hard for that money. They deserve that money. I guess John Morgan now is suing. He's come out with a suit. He's going to start suing some of these states for not following through on what they're supposed to be following through with,
well,
which I don't really mind. Whatever.
A couple of people tried to sue the government over their unemployment checks not coming, and it was dismissed because they said that there's a due process for what they're doing. They got to do whatever they got to do, and it takes time. And there's no law that says that they have to have immediate response.
Oh my God!
But in the meantime, the people don't have money.
Right? Yeah.
They have
how are they supposed to
children
live
at home.
Yeah.
Everybody's living in the house. Nobody can leave the house under the stay-at-home orders.
It's shameful.
And eventually, the more people are home.
Yep.
The more bored they get. So what do people do? They start eating the food. They start using the items in the house, and you have no money to replace it. So, and then the police aren't making arrests. Right. So you're gonna you may have an epidemic of people running out to stores and
people are getting
shoplifting epidemic because they have no money to pay for things.
How many crazy situations have you read of? We talked about it the other night of the park ranger getting pushed into the water.
Oh yeah,
right.
I know this.
There was a store, Dollar General store, I think it was, or Publix, one of the two. There was a gentleman that walked in and he didn't have a mask on. The employee was just doing a job saying, "Hey, you got to wear a mask in here," and he basically walked up to her and wiped his nose on her shirt.
Listen, you can't. Those people are mentally ill. I mean, the people that do that stupid shit are not straight in the head, man. So, I'm sure this whole COVID-19 thing hasn't helped with mental illness in this country. So it's been a little crazy. I know Costco. You can't even go to Costco without a mask.
Right.
And that's on them. If you don't like it, then don't go to Costco. But Costco has every right to tell you, hey, if you want to wear a mask, I don't believe it. I haven't been to Costco in years, but. If they want you to wear a mask when you're in Costco, wear a mask or don't go. I mean, it's their decision. They're the business. If they choose to do it, and that's what they choose to do. I believe in equal. I mean, I believe in that. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh no, if those are the rules, you have the right to either go in and abide by them.
You don't have to go,
or don't go.
You don't have to go. Go to Walmart where they're not wearing masks. So where they don't believe, where you can't wear a mask in Walmart. They actually tell you to take it off. Yeah, you can't go into Walmart. You walk in, sir, you got to take the mask off.
and we only have a 2-foot rule.
Yeah. Actually, hugging's preferred in here. You got to hug everybody you see.
Well, we've been, and what have we seen? You've had people walk right up on you.
Oh yeah.
And just because they're in a rush to get somewhere, and you're like, all right, seriously, man. I mean, I don't care if there was a
coughing into their elbow as if it's somehow stopping it from affecting you,
or watching people chew their fingernails in public, and you're going, and then they go touch something. You're like, come on, man, seriously.
This unemployment. Well, people have always been like that, man. People are just they're not very hygienic.
Well, the unemployment,
especially here in Florida,
the unemployment is twice what it was. In 2008.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I mean, you don't
over 20 million.
COVID hit and people are unemployed. You should pay them. I mean, it's as simple as that. I know that it should be shameful. It's exactly what they've done to seniors in this country for years. They squashed their Social Security. We talked about this where we had a 70-year-old pizza lady delivering pizza because she makes $800 a month in Social Security. Probably worked her whole life. She makes $800 a month. You have presidents, that are turning over in their graves because they put that Social Security plan into place to take care of our seniors.
Right.
And it just gets stomped on.
Sure, that doesn't happen.
I think Nancy Pelosi keeps pulling money. Everybody pulls money out of the Social Security fund. And they don't think, and it's not fair. So this country has shifted. They used to take care of its seniors. It used to, it used to do that. It doesn't anymore. So do you think they're going to take care of their unemployment? Hell
We're
no,
terrible. We're terrible at taking care of our seniors.
It's horrible. I mean, you should look in the countries. There's this one speech. It's a movie, and I think I watched you guys. I forget the actor's name, but he says, everybody thinks this country's like the greatest country in the world, and then he goes off by reading a bunch of stuff, and it's like, Jesus, you just never knew. So I'd be interested in knowing, how other countries and I'm not a big fan of Canada either. I mean, how do you ban assault weapons? I mean, it's not guns that kill people; it's people that kill people.
Right.
It drives me freaking crazy, But I'd be interested in knowing as far as seniors, how Sweden, Germany, how some of these other countries take care of their seniors. I'd be interested in knowing that. You might want to look that up.
Well, and particularly in Florida with the population of elderly that we have down here.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It's going to be really interesting when the election rolls around.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Then you're going to start seeing.
Well, I could tell you right now,
how it affects.
The Democrats have no chance in winning whatsoever. They screwed that by trying this bogus bullshit freaking impeachment of Trump. I mean, it was just asinine. And anybody that watched it, including the Democrats, were just like taken back. I mean, it's like, come on. I mean, how dumb was that? It was a bad move on their part, and it cost them the election this year. If they would have done everything right, they might have a chance. And then to nominate Biden, come on, man. And now the big thing is where Biden's going to have a black. So now Biden's going to pick a black female to run as vice president.
Try and boost his.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever. I mean, you do whatever you got to do. You're still going to lose. And
think of how much money that entire farce of a impeachment proceeding
billions
cost.
Billions
of dollars, followed up by a pandemic where that money could have been used.
We can get into politics all night long. The stuff that happened with Biden inappropriately touching this woman, it was washed under the table by CNN and all the other channels. But yet when the Chief Justice actually was, interviewed and he was going through his deal, I mean, oh, you raped this girl, raped that girl, it's just a joke. And if you have any common sense and you're watching it, you would realize that. So I know that I'm not the only guy that's watching this stuff just thinking to myself, this is just a sham.
Well, the timing of it, too, is also really bizarre on a lot of these as well. It's like you don't hear anything, and then all of a sudden, people come out of the woodwork.
Right. Let's get back to this unemployment. I will tell you this. We don't take care of people in this country like we should. Now, there are some people that take advantage of it. I mean, let's be honest. There's people that take advantage of food stamps. There's people that take advantage of the unemployment. I get that. I understand that. But there's got to be certain things that they can put into place to kind of weed those people out. There has to be. So but they can't even get their system right to pay people that need the money and that deserve the money. So how are they going to weed whatever out? It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
I watched, did you see Mark Cuban? They were talking to him about how to stimulate the economy once things get going. And he's like, look, there's a lot of people out of jobs. There's a lot of people that won't be going back to what they were doing. One of the things that we could do is, he says, you want to open up the economy, you got to have people work.
Buy Mavericks tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But
go to Mavericks.
Even like
buy a lot of Coke.
Yeah, buy a lot of Coke and go to Mavericks game.
Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi.
Cola.
Yeah, cola. Yeah.
And he said, like people to monitor the sanitization and around everywhere, because we're going to need to go and slowly ease back into things. It was interesting, his perspective, but he's like, look, people have got to do that, because if we don't give them money, then nobody's going to spend. And then
listen, there's going to be more businesses that have closed down from this than we even realize. Sweet tomatoes. Sweet tomatoes today. Sweet tomatoes.
Can we have a moment of silence?
Sweet tomatoes is gone. They closed it. Done for good. You ever been to Sweet Tomatoes?
Oh, I love Sweet Tomatoes.
Well, you used to, because you can't love it no more, my friend. It's gone.
Yeah. What soup did you like there?
Oh, the mushroom soup was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Oh, my God.
The cream of mushroom.
Yeah. It's horrible. They're gone. Somebody step in and buy them, please.
Well, I'm sorry. We were talking before and about Florida and nationwide with these corporations. I have a relative who worked for the railroad system and was furloughed and is, getting paid nominally.
Right.
And then,
Was it an underground railroad or was it?
it was not an underground.
Oh, okay.
It was a major railroad.
Gotcha.
I'll say it, Union Pacific.
Ooh.
And
Up.
in the midst of the COVID-19 crisis, they send all of the furloughed and laid off employees a letter talking about the strong first quarter earnings of the company in their net earnings.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Well, that's what Disney did. So this is what happened. So ABC News and everybody came out the other day and said, oh my God, Disney took $1 billion hit. Oh my God, Disney took $1 billion hit. Oh my God, Disney took $1 billion. Even the local news channels here, Channel 13, all of them, every single one of them. Disney took $1 billion hit. So you're like, oh my God, it really affected Disney. People, again, you're sheep. They didn't take $1 billion hit. They took $1 billion hit off their profits.
Their net
they made
profit.
Billions of dollars. They just didn't make an extra billion like they would have if the parks were open. So it's like, come on, people, start thinking.
It's like an oil company losing, like, they lost, 700,000. It's like,
yeah, oh my God, they had a bad month.
Right.
No.
The CEO had to knock $1,000 off of his bonus.
But you tell people anything and they believe it. So it is what it is.
It's crazy to me. It's just, and the way that the media phrases things too, right? Just there's this weekend. Winter Park, the title was, Winter Park shutting down, which gives you the perception that they're closing because of social distancing, right? So you're thinking, oh, they're closing down Winter Park. No, they're blocking off the streets so that the vendors can come out into the street so everybody has more space.
Listen.
So
everybody can enjoy it and get out and, celebrate Mother's Day
These news
weekend.
media outlets know to scare the hell out of people because they keep watching. This COVID-19 thing was the best thing that ever happened to local news because now you got people. It's just like a hurricane. Oh, my God, Tom Terry takes his jacket off. He's got his tie unbuttoned. Yeah. Oh, my God. You're on there.
Has he come out with a mask yet?
Dude, yeah. I mean, and it's like.
Fans blowing.
So we're waiting. Yeah. So
guy with the water bottle.
Right. So we're waiting for this hurricane to hit, and it doesn't even come close to us. So it's like, come on, man. I mean, it's scare tactics, and that's what they love to do. And Florida's known for it with thunderstorms and with everything else. And now this COVID-19 thing happened, and all these producers and all these news managers were like, oh, this is going to be great for ratings because everybody's going to have their eyes on the news. So now we can charge more for advertising, and it's a freaking joke, dude.
Fear and drama.
Yeah, it's an absolute joke. And if you know how the media runs and you know how the media works, then you understand it. If not, give me a call. I'll tell you how it works. Yeah.
1-800-ASK-DAVE.
If you need a lesson, give me a jingle.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to help you.
He'll be on his bike.
For a small fee. $150 an hour. I think that's what they charge in the media.
150, 200.
Yeah.
Should be about 20 hours. Whatever.
So what else is going on? Anything in particular? I want to talk a little bit. I know you got some stuff written down over there.
DeSantis is actually, in regards to this system that's been failing,
writing a personal check to cover people's
$78 million on it in a past administration fixing the system. So he's asked the inspector general to look into what's going on, which is a way to just pass the buck.
You want your shit fixed and it's digital? Just get a hold of me, get a hold of Nick, get a hold of Chris. We'll put it in the back. We'll let Joe fix that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a couple weeks,
and it's not going to take $78 million. Maybe 30, but not not 78. We're going to fix it. We're going to get it done right.
And Joe gets a pack of Snickers bars.
I'm sure a lot of it has to do with bandwidth and things like that. Obviously, you have more people that's hitting it. You need more bandwidth, and you just have to prepare for those kind of things, and they haven't. So it's a tragedy. No one ever saw this coming. But if shame on them. If it happens again and they still have the same problem, then no, it's crazy. It's asinine.
How about the churches and the PPP loans?
Oh man. Okay, so you want to talk to your nice Catholic boy over there about that?
Actually, in his defense, it wasn't just them.
No, it wasn't just
synagogues
Catholics
and
it was everybody.
And Protestants and
the ones that don't pay taxes.
Yeah, that's the to me that therein lies the interesting
don't
point
get
of
it.
this.
Don't understand it. I mean, churches, not just Catholic, any kind of church, taking PPP loans. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. On our Wells Fargo, on our online banking, it says we're no longer accepting PPP applications. I'm like, whatever, man. I mean, I didn't apply for the money anyway because I knew I wasn't going to get it. It wasn't, whatever,
Yeah, it was gone before you even had a chance to put an application.
Yeah, and the people that I work at Wells Fargo, man, they certainly didn't reach out to me. Their internet people reached out to me, not them. So whatever. If I had a $1 billion company, or if I was bigger than we are now, I bet you I could have went in there and they wrote me a check on the spot, right?
Likely,
because I'm a valued customer to Wells Fargo or to Chase or whatever bank, whatever other bank there is, Oh yeah. Oh, Mr. Consult. Yeah, here's a check. We want to keep your business.
Right.
That's how they operate. They don't
but for the guy down the block with the Euro store who's dying,
it's got his whole family that works there, and they can't pay the bills, can't keep the lights on, and they're not going to give it to them. They're going to give it to a big business that actually has, like I said, is credit worthy, just to get a loan to cover everything. And they should have done it differently. They should have just said, listen, we'll work with your credit. We'll work with you. We'll give you a loan. We'll give you a low interest loan. We'll give you this amount of time to pay it off. And let's give this PPP money that's coming from the government. Let's give this to small local businesses that aren't as credit worthy as you. And that, that's the way you do it. Okay. You don't give it to big businesses and kick small businesses to the side of the road.
So
listen, this isn't the first time this has happened.
Oh no, it won't be the last either.
It's
how things are done.
The way things work.
There's 17,000 Catholic churches in the United States. 12,000 filled out applications. 9,000 were approved. 6,000 on the first wave, 3,000 on the second wave.
Yeah.
They basically said that all of the religious institutions, and a mayor from Indiana said, if with the ones that have gotten the money, if they all would have gotten approved, it constitutes like a third of the money would be given to just the churches.
Yeah. That will have us come back in there and tithe. Right?
Well, they're saying that, that they have employees and, that's what they're using it for.
They do. Go get a loan. Go to the Catholic diocese. Go to who you have. Get a loan. Like I said, get a loan.
Open up the coffers.
Low interest loan. Get a loan to take care of your employees. You pay it back at a later time, or the bank works with you, and then work something out to where they give you no interest on it, and you just pay it off with time. I mean, how hard is that? Your credit worthiness, you can do that. Small mom and pop Euro shop down the street, okay, can't do that.
Can't do that.
So it's so it is what it is. It'll never change. I mean. And I it's not like I don't like big business, because I do. I mean, there's taking advantage of people, and that's what they did. That's what the government did. That's what this banking system did. They just took advantage of people that couldn't do it. And it makes me. I just want to punch a branch manager in the face.
Well, and the problem is that once they reach a point of no return, the smaller businesses, they're done.
Oh right, yeah, they're going out of business.
Then trying to either rebuild their business, restart it, or go into another business.
Right.
Now with a bankruptcy or a defunct business be under their belt.
Right. It's impossible.
How are they going to get
it's impossible.
Loans or money to start up a new business?
Yeah. It's impossible.
It's going to be a disaster.
And they did nothing wrong.
No, it's just like it's just like mortgages. Hey, let's just take the mortgages. Let's take the 3 months mortgages and then put them at the end of the loan, and we'll just wipe this off. It's not going to hurt us. We're the bank. It's not going to hurt us.
Car payments.
Take them all. Put them at the back of the loan. Instead, they just give you a break for 3 months, and then when that 3 months comes up, then you owe 3 monthly payments on everything. And it's like, come on, that's not how it should work. Again, these are people with powerful positions that should not have powerful positions.
Right.
They're not for the people. They're for the money. And it drives me crazy to see stories like this and to listen to this. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, the insurance companies are getting paid their monthly premiums.
Oh yeah. Well, the insurance companies did come out. I will say this: the insurance companies like Progressive and stuff did come out and give back part of the yearly charges, the yearly premiums. I was shocked at that the insurance companies came out and did that. And it was a great marketing ploy on their part, really. It doesn't cost them any money.
No,
they're giving
not
back.
At all.
They're giving back to their their customers. And what a better way to keep a customer than help them.
Right.
But when you have monopolies like banks and electric companies and places like that don't have to know. Well, I don't know. Spectrum pushed stuff off. for business owners and stuff. They pushed it off till June. Now it's pushed off till July. So they did their part. I don't know about the electric companies. I know probably some of them did push it off or whatever because they knew they weren't getting the money. Where are they going to go? They're going to have 20 drivers an hour drive around and turn people's electric off. So I don't think they have any choice.
Riots.
Yeah, right.
So I just think people could have done more. That's all. Especially people in power, banking, government. I think the people could have done more to help out the people.
The
that
bigger
really
people, because you do see the same people from the smaller businesses are out driving around in school buses with police escorts giving away free meals to people who need it.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, that's
think
what this
about
country
that.
was built on, man. And where did that go away?
It's like a big corporation couldn't hire a fleet of buses and say, "Hey, our people are furloughed, so jump on a bus and give food to these people."
Have you guys heard of anything about Disney doing any kind of meals or locally or trying to help or do anything?
No, it kind of dropped off the map.
Yeah.
There was a story, that had come out, I think, maybe a couple shows ago where we were talking about it, and then it just
Disney
disappeared.
I don't know. I mean, those are the people that need to step in and help people, and they don't. And it's a shame. It's sad. When
you see breweries giving away free sanitizer because they can, right, and repurposing, stuff that they would have brewed beer with to make hand sanitizer and donating it, and they're not making any money and they're closed. That's a business that has a chance of going out of business, right?
Of course.
Then you see huge corporations who are doing squat. And you're like, isn't this opposite of how it should be?
Well, yeah. It's I don't know. There's just no togetherness anymore.
But we have seen some really great things.
Not all businesses. We've seen some good things.
Doing,
we've seen some good things happen. But in the most part, just everybody needs to do something. Everybody needs to pitch in and help. I wish I could do more because I would. It is what it is. Soon we will. Soon we'll be able to help as many people as we want to help and be able to do whatever we want to do. So just wish I would have been there for COVID-19 to help some people, because this is the time they need it. They need to eat. People don't have money to eat. It's a shame, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. These, what was really cool was the growers they couldn't sell the food, so they gave it away to hungry people, that was cool. So there's a lot of good stories in it too, but for the most part, and again, we go to the bad stories because that's all we hear about, right?
Right.
So
and that's what drives the media.
The
story.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to get home tonight and watch the news and see who died.
Drama, drama and negative.
I do want to talk about real quick before we get into anything else about Georgia, where those two rednecks chased the black kid down and shot him and killed him. Did you guys hear about that?
Yes.
No. They should fry those son of a bitches. They had no trial, no nothing. Just take them and execute them.
Was it the father and the son?
There was a black guy that was jogging, just getting some exercise, jogging, and they made up the story that they were looking for a robber. They thought that he robbed a house or whatever, and they got into an altercation with him, shot him, and killed him.
Unarmed.
In Georgia.
And an unarmed jogger with like jogging shorts and a T-shirt.
And the police didn't charge him until there was outcry to charge them. It's like, what? Hey, welcome. It's like backward ass redneck pieces of shit. I wish for a minute. You think they're going to have fun in jail? You think they're going to have fun in prison?
Oh man,
dude,
you think you're past
dude.
Stuff like that, and then these stories come out, and then not only their behavior, but then law enforcement.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of scumbags, dude.
And what do you think would have happened if that was like a county commissioner's son that it happened to? Dude, right?
Yeah,
the uproar.
Yeah. You kidding me? So they should just fry them. Don't even take them to court. You have my permission. Just fry them. I hope they get their ass beat. I hope they get their ass beat in jail. They get kicked to sleep is what I'm hoping, because that's what they deserve.
That's craziness.
Yeah, Nazi, terrorist, white Aryan nation. What is the other one that I'm looking for? KKK, dipshits.
Yeah.
They wear masks because they're like little pussy wimps. They have value. They have these things that they want to talk about. They have these beliefs, but I gotta hide behind a mask.
Everything's
just take the mask off, you douchebag. And listen, and most white people can't stand you.
Right.
Yeah, most white people, most Eastern Europeans can't stand your ass. We freaking hate you. So they deserve to have their ass beat too. Whatever. A lot of people do. Wells Fargo. my God, that really got me today. All right, anyway. So what else you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about anything else? It's 7:49.
Free love.
Yeah, man.
Ow.
God. Yeah. Oh, Dave, man.
Well, we were looping into the Consult app.
Yeah. Do you know what they call me in the office now?
I don't. I mean, I know what I call you under my breath. But
What's the stuff that I take?
Oh,
Nugenic Dave. Nugenic
oh,
Dave. now.
Nugenics?
Yeah, because they think it's steroids. I'm losing my mind.
it's
call me
it's
Nugenics
Nugenics rage.
Yeah, I literally walk in the morning, and that's their name for me. Hey, Nugenics Dave.
Start breaking out in acne.
Yeah.
Testicles shrink up.
Yeah, they say, Joe today said, hey, man, you losing a little bit of hair? And I'm like, man, don't even start with me, man. I'll go take 4 more pills, dude. Don't light me up.
Don't make me take 8 this morning.
Yeah. All right, Chris, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let's talk. Let's chat.
No, we Nick and I were just looking around and with some things to discuss, looking
Catching
around
flies.
on the computer.
Yeah. You actually know how to use one of those?
I'm getting the hang of it.
Did you get your screen fixed?
I got the mouse down.
Man.
I figured out the left click button.
Yeah.
is the
How's
one
Jennifer
that
Aniston doing?
Actually, very well. So we were just looking into some issues and that had some pertinence to the app that we are creating.
Awesome.
And I happened to run across on the Florida Bar site because we are in Florida. I was looking up the disciplinary actions that the bar has concluded against attorneys in Florida with complaints against them. Right. And we had been talking, obviously, since we started with this, on the importance of the document sharing and communication aspect, which was the driving factor behind the innovation and invention of the app.
Right.
And I was just curious and looking through the disciplinary actions that were reported on the bar site between January 2020 and up through now May of 2020. And there were 8 disciplinary actions varying in I guess, severity between suspensions, admonitions, through disbarment. And there were 8 cases so far this year where the attorneys were sanctioned involving some kind of failure to communicate with their clients, failing to
Interesting.
Yeah, failing
I didn't know
to discuss documents, pertinent documents in certain cases.
Yeah.
Here's one: failure to, in Apopka, failure to provide communication to a client regarding a business agreement.
I don't get cell reception there.
In Apopka?
Yeah, Tampa, failure to communicate and act with reasonable due diligence. And they were just littered throughout here. Failed to communicate with clients and failing to appear at hearings.
Should have had to consult that.
Yep.
The
No,
notice of hearing comes in, it goes into somebody's desk, sits in an in basket, you miss a hearing.
Right.
Your client doesn't know about it, they're not there either.
Yeah. They get arrested 3 days later for a warrant because they
Another one, Milton, Florida, having no contact with the client or the other attorney for 3 months. Another 3-monther, an exchange of counsel where one client changes counsel, and there's 2 ways of doing it. You could set it for hearing where an attorney withdraws, judge grants the order, and then another attorney files his notice of appearance coming in. Or another way that many judges will accept is you can do what they call a joint stipulation for substitution. So the present attorney signs it, says, I'm off the case. The new attorney signs it, says, I'm now on the case. Client signs off of it, and then the judge signs the order. And there were, I believe, 2 people in various areas of Florida who sat on these joint stipulations for 2 and 3 months, and nothing got done on the case.
That is blatant
Unbelievable.
disregard for a year. Oops, I didn't even know I had a client. Well, people in Milton, I understand.
And in the meantime, the client is sitting there saying,
I'm an
what's going
attorney?
on with my case?
Yeah. What do you mean I'm an attorney? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm an attorney. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a hell of a binge.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the app is going to solve a lot of issues, man. We're there. I mean, Apple's done. I mean, I can go on. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm too tired, but I can go on and on and on about this app and about all the features and about everything. But once it's out in public and everybody can see what this app's all about, it's gonna be pretty incredible. So it's going to change a lot of things. It's going to help. It's not going to hurt. It's going to help both users, clients, and attorneys, which is
the
great.
industry.
The intention.
It's going to help the industry.
Right. Hey, I wanted to ask you. I know we were going to have some segments on here, talk about DUI laws. I read something today about Florida DUIs. Do you blow or do you not blow? I mean, when you're asked, do you blow or do you not blow, or does it depend? I just want that question because I had somebody actually was posting on Facebook today talking about blowing and not blowing and what do I do, and just what's your opinion on that?
It's
tricky.
It's very tricky. In my opinion, there are some people who are, simply of the school of thought that you never blow.
Right.
Because it gets really complicated because there are Florida Department of Law Enforcement regulations as far as the monthly and yearly maintenance of the breath testing apparatus, or they call them instruments. Other people call them machines. And then there's a battle between,
I call them
is it an
respirators? Mini respirators.
Yeah, mini respirator. A mini temporary respirator. So there's debates that go on because if the machine is not working properly and you've been drinking, it could register a false reading.
Right.
That's the argument on a defense standpoint. Of course, the law enforcement standpoint is it's accurate.
Right.
I mean, obviously, in those situations, probably if you've been drinking all night, and let's face it, when you do drink, you become impaired. When you become impaired, your judgment is impaired, and
I don't know what you're talking about.
And if you're not keeping track of how much you're drinking per hour, generally speaking, a 12-ounce beer is equivalent to an 8-ounce glass of wine, which is equivalent to an ounce and a half shot.
Look,
of
people,
80
you
proof
shouldn't
alcohol.
drink and drive, but let's be honest, everybody does it, and it is what it is, and it's a hard thing. It's
there's a lot of
slippery slope.
A lot of factors that go into the rate in which your body absorbs, the absorption rate and the elimination rate of alcohol in your body over a period of time, whether you've eaten anything, how much sleep you've had, etc.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not as simple as do you blow or do you not blow.
Right.
I mean,
is it possible to say, listen, I'm considering your offer, okay, Mr. Officer, FHP or whoever, I'm considering your offer. If you could just let me sit down for a couple hours and think about it, I would give you an answer at that time.
Right.
Just wake me up in 20 and I'll give you an answer.
Just let me crash in the back of your car for a few minutes, okay?
The little asterisk, which becomes a big asterisk there, is that they can't ask you for a lawful sample of your breath, blood, or urine unless you are under lawful arrest for a DUI. So you're already under
busted.
arrest.
Oh,
so you're in
gone.
Cuffs in the back of the car, or either standing out.
Then I'm giving
of the car
I'm giving him a
and,
urine sample, no question about it.
And that's what happens if you go in and you blow a .02 or way below the legal limit. Guess what they're going to do?
Yeah,
they're going to take your urine.
Right.
And if you're one of many people who are out there who have, permanent injuries and they're taking, their routine medications, guess what's going to show up in your urine or blood test?
Cocaine.
Yeah. Meth.
Yeah.
Spice.
Yeah.
K2.
Unbelievable. How do they get the
all
urine?
the stuff
if you
they
say,
sell
hey, look,
to
I'm not giving
convenience
you a
stores.
urine sample. How do they get the urine if you say, hey, I'm not giving you a urine sample?
Well, they don't. They give you a refusal and you lose your license for a year, right? Then and there.
Really? I didn't know that.
Chris, tell them about the people that are taking the medications, how they don't
they
say how much. Or,
the difficulty with the urine samples from a defense standpoint is that they don't give a quantitative amount. They simply give a qualitative, if you want to use that phrase, where it's basically sometimes a dipstick test and it comes up and it shows a different color, and they said, oh yeah, well, it's, it showed up positive for this or that, unless they send it out to a lab and they have it tested, but they don't tell you how much is in your system, just whether or not it's positive or negative for the presence.
Which is misleading in itself.
Which of course is misleading,
And
you could be prescribed opiates and have a little bit of opiate in your system and you test positive and you catch a charge for it.
So if you have a person who was, involved in a car accident 3, 4, 5 years ago and they broke their spine and their neck and they're taking, painkillers or what have you, for it.
What are the odds?
But they're capable of driving, and they're taking their medicinal dose as prescribed. It's going to show up in the urine, and now you're going to have to deal with that.
Unbelievable. Law's crazy. Criminal law's crazy in this town. I mean,
hey, does CBD show up as we were talking about the gummies that are CBD, which on the package they say that there's no THC,
right?
But actually, that's actually not true.
There was an issue, I believe.
Lay off the gummies, bro. Seriously.
Jesus
you take Nick.
48 ounce bottle of gummies.
These are over the counter gummies,
right? You
buy
them online, and it says THC free or no THC in it, and my understanding, I think it was in a violation of probation case where they did the random drug testing and showed up with a trace amount of THC. Nice. Clients like, I don't smoke. Well, did you take any gummy bears? The THC gummies, was it CBD? And apparently, from my understanding, it wasn't my case, but I was in court and watching the arguments on it. But apparently the FDA approves the term THC free or no THC for anything lower than 3%.
There's the government screwing us again. Right? FDA screwing us again.
You think you're doing everything right.
Right.
And then, you get popped.
Right.
Right? You take a urine test, and now they're saying, oh, well, you have THC in your system.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're violating your probation. And
what if that's a traffic homicide? You're doing time.
Oh, of course.
Or even on a violation of probation, if it was some kind of a disposition that was worked out on your score sheet. We use score sheets in Florida, and that gets way complicated to explain. But if it was probation,
can you explain that for us then?
No.
Yeah, if we have a few hours to give you a law school
lesson from Stetson. Yeah, from Stetson Law School.
But people go to jail and prison for it, for violating their probation based on a positive THC, and they're saying, I took these gummies that I bought over on the store on the street corner at the CBD store.
And by that, they don't mean drug dealer on the corner. They mean a legitimate
candy store.
Right. And there's
a pot truck in New York.
You can go on Groupon and order them.
Yeah.
Three.
There's three pot trucks in New York. I guess New York it's weird. It's like a what is it?
New York, they hadn't passed. There's a point of contention. New York and New Jersey are both trying to get it passed to be recreational, which it hasn't passed.
You won't get arrested for it.
But they don't. They just people are smoking everywhere
on the street.
Right.
Like
it's better than L.A. and San Francisco where they're pooping on the street. I saw that today.
Yeah, that would suck.
That's disgusting. They don't arrest them. They don't arrest them for pooping on the street. What has happened to this country? What exactly? So let's go to Orlando. Let's go to downtown Orlando. Just take a dump on the street. You think we're going to get arrested?
Yeah, right.
We're going to get beat half silly, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, just go over behind a dumpster.
Our cops beat people up dressed as rabbits.
Oh, dude.
Was it a rabbit? Right? In Orlando, the guy was wearing a
rabbit suit.
Yeah, he was wearing a rabbit suit and got the.
I'm giving out Easter baskets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You're no real rabbit. That guy must have been on eugenics.
Yeah.
All right. So
he was
it is.
Bunny before he started taking.
It's 8:03. We can talk a little bit more. You want to go out with this Consult app and talk a little bit about what's
Sure.
So you're an attorney.
Yes.
All right. At least you told me you are. So.
I don't think I have to say.
Allegedly. Are you in any violation by saying that?
Yeah. So you're an attorney. So what's like one of your favorite things about the app? Put the video aside. Take the video, put it aside. What's like one of your favorite things?
The
on
communication aspect.
Yeah, like sharing the notes and stuff.
Not only the note sharing, which I think works in conjunction with the video conferencing,
right?
Because you can do it over the app from any place.
Right.
I mean, no matter where you are or what time of day it is, if you arrange or even get a call from a client, you could. Because a lot of times they're panicked about things. They may forget a court date or what have you. Right. And to me, and it just in my opinion, we'll go back to the previous way, which was texting. Right. And these people just want to text you all about their case, and I never felt comfortable. You don't want to be texting somebody about confidential information. Now it's on their cell phone. If somebody gets access to their cell phone and reads the information, it's a problem.
Right.
If somebody's standing there reading it with them, you don't know who they're with. And with the teleconferencing, you have a face-to-face conversation. There's the age-old saying about looking someone in the eye when they're when they're talking to you
or making love. A lot of women say that. Look me in the eye when you're making love to me. I'm like, who said I was making love?
What's the faces in the pillow?
Yeah.
We won't go there.
Oh man. Oh man!
Just keep your head on the shoulder.
Yeah, we would have been fired by now.
Put your face on my shoulder.
Oh man!
Don't look me in the eye.
Sorry,
baby.
I had to say I'm loopy. I'm loopy. We didn't even drink tonight.
Punchy. Yeah.
We haven't drank any night.
Punchy tonight.
Yeah, we do have the new bar sign.
We do. It's fantastic. I like it.
In front of our.
We could put any state in front of it.
Liquor cabinet.
Right. Unbelievable. So the security part, really. The security part for me is like
the
crazy.
security.
We were trying to do these videos today, and Joe went on to try to do the video because we were doing it on the computer and putting the video in there. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it because there's so much security. It wouldn't allow him to do it, so he had to wrangle up another way to do it. So that was kind of funny. He's like, "Man, I can't even get into my own app." So it's
so you've got the secure conferencing and you're speaking to your client. You can see him, he can see you. It's like a personal conversation, which has a substantially greater effect than just a telephone call.
Right.
And for the most part, you can see, them and who's with them. You know, I mean, if they're in the middle of a mall, you're going to see people walking around back and forth behind them. On a telephone call, you don't know who's there.
I think the group thing is fantastic.
The
man.
group
we were playing
was
with that
awesome.
group where that attorney can invite like a witness or a staff member with the firm. Like, you got to have Susie do some paperwork for the client. You can invite her in on the conversation. She can, you can basically introduce your staff to the client to make them feel a little bit better about who they're talking to in the firm.
It's
perfect, dude. It's like it's
exactly like sitting at a conference room table in your office and bringing in your paralegal, perhaps your secretary or another attorney, associate attorney who may be working on the case, and you want everybody to understand what's going on and what's being asked and what you're seeking and stuff. And you can do that. And like I mentioned before, when we did that and each of us signed in and we had 4 people, it was quartered and
that'd be 4.
The audio and the video was spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same
and
as
secure.
sitting
Unlike Zoom, this is secure. Unlike Zoom. So we can't wait to get the website done because the website's going to offer that same security, but the website's also going to offer a bigger platform. So if you're an attorney and you're in your office or you're on your laptop and you want to talk to 8 people, 6 people or whatever it is, you'll have a larger platform to do that right from your computer. Mass uploading documents, you'll be able to do a lot from your computer. That coincides with the app, which is really, really
exactly. Cool. And the other thing that's beautiful about it is that It's all
Graphics.
contained within the app.
Yeah, the
You're not sitting at your computer and having to flip back and forth between
Right.
4 different
Right.
computer programs. And hold on, I'm typing notes in this thing, and I got to minimize that to bring up another screen and look at a document, and they can't see what you're seeing.
Joe did some
And-
cool stuff on the calendar today,
It's
too.
amazing.
He added a couple little features for the calendar.
Oh,
So
synchronizing the calendars is
it's
gonna
not
be,
even that. That he had done. He was just adding some other features, some cool stuff that he saw, and he's like, man, I want to add that to the calendar, add that to the calendar. And these guys get it, man. They know what these clients want. Maybe we should have did a background check. Maybe it sounds like these guys were already in all kinds of trouble and had to deal with attorney stuff.
No comment.
No, but no, it was good. He was both him and Mike. Mike's proud of his calendar.
I think
Joe's
the push
gonna ruin it.
notifications
Yeah.
are
Push
invaluable.
notifications are huge. man.
That's one of my
I mean,
favorite.
yeah.
Because the open ratio, the analytics, the ease. You
Right.
could
The ease of
basically-
use
You could,
is-
once you
it's so
have
easy to
all
use
your
every
clients
feature.
onboarded,
Yeah.
dude. Well, a couple buttons, and you could literally send out thousands at no charge.
Right, and no charge.
Right.
We're not charging anything for that. If you have a firm that has 100,000 clients and you want to send out well wishes for COVID, or just a nice little message about this COVID-19 or Corona, or you have a holiday party, you got something you want to invite people, or you have an inner office message that you want to, instead of sending an email to all of your staff that won't get open until the end of the day, you can send a quick push notification to them directly. They'll open it up immediately and get the information. So it's
and everything that's done or delivered or received with regard to that file is automatically put into the document section and then noted in the history section. So everything is documented.
Yep.
You've got unlimited cloud space, and
Right.
as we know, many bar associations, including Florida, require attorneys to maintain files for a period of time after the closure of the case.
Right.
And
It allows you to do that.
It's in your cloud.
Yeah, it allows
it's
you
there.
to do that. And no security risk.
Right.
They can't hack your cloud. I mean, they can't hack the app. They can't hack your
Right.
cloud. Your
It's
cloud's
all
secure.
included in the
So
app.
God forbid a fire happens at the office or something happens. Guess what? All your stuff's in the cloud. It's all safe. You can get all your paperwork, all your files, get everything back. So it's much needed. It's needed, and we fulfilled a need. And every part of the app that we've done, we've made it easy, and we've fulfilled a need for both the attorney and the user. And so it's exciting. It's exciting.
It is, and like you said, on a daily basis, as with Joe adding things today, a lot of it is just common sense.
Right.
Well,
It's
you would
like
think.
if I were a client,
you
I would
would
want to
think.
see this. This would
Yeah.
be great for me.
Right.
And it's done.
Yeah.
And within a matter of hours, that's what's.
Yeah.
These guys are like
Yeah, we
blowing
knock
my
it out.
mind because I am.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
sat
the
back
tech
and looked
guy,
at it again
obviously.
today and went, man, what a journey. What these changes that we've made have just made it 100 times better.
Oh.
It's great. All right, so let's get out of here. What do you think? It's Friday night.
It's Friday
I'm
night.
tired. Anybody else tired?
Are we going skating tonight?
Skating? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we're going roller skating.
we're going skating on the lake.
Do you mean bone breaking tonight? Because that's exactly what would happen.
We come in here, we're all in arm slings with broken collarbones
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
I'll be in the hospital. So listen, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Again, if you didn't get a chance to listen to the show, the whole show tonight, you can. Our podcast, bartalknow.com. Just go on there and get our podcast. You can get go to Apple, go to Spotify, go wherever you can get a podcast. You can find us. Just type in Bar Talk Radio. You'll be able to pull it up. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We're always streaming live every Tuesday and Friday night. So next Tuesday we'll be streaming live again. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We will talk to you Tuesday. We'll have more cool stuff about the app. The app will be done, and we'll have all kinds of there'll be tons of video and tons of stuff to put up about the app on Tuesday.
And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Happy
to the
Mother's
mothers.
Day.
Very important. It's kind of going to be a boring. I don't know. Maybe they'll get out. They can get out. Moms can get out now. It should be probably a pretty busy Mother's Day. You think that the COVID thing's kind of wrapping up, and they've been locked
Certainly,
up, cooped up.
That's a huge restaurant day. And with being at 25% capacity, that's going to be interesting. But I would.
Well, I
bet
still
that a
think
lot of
some people aren't
gonna
going
get
out.
Yeah.
I still think some people aren't going to.
Right.
They've been listening to CNN today, and they're not going to take
Right.
a chance.
The florist will do well.
Yeah, are the floors even open?
Yeah. Yeah,
I believe that. Well, they still have
my
the
brother works
delivery,
for
right?
FedEx, and he's been pumping it, and he's
delivering
just,
flowers.
They've been shipping them for a week ago. We were having this conversation.
Oh, could you imagine the backlog on that?
Oh, it's been. He says he's just because people can't see their parents, right? Or their moms. So
tulips, man. Everybody loves tulips,
right?
It's spring. Is it spring right now?
Yeah.
What month is it? It's May. Good Lord, I'm tired. I thought it was June already. What the hell, man? There's something.
It's almost summer.
I need to get home and get some sleep.
Our weather is summer, but technically it's spring.
Yeah, it's hot in here. What happened? Oh, we turned the air on.
Yes,
it
we
makes
can
a lot
hear.
of noise. Yeah, damn thing. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. We will see you Tuesday, and we'll have some more updates and some more things about
everything,
the app, and this PPP thing. Probably we're going to talk about. We might talk about a little bit of law here in Florida about some things that have changed in Florida that you guys might not know about. Seatbelt laws, it's kind of some of those things we'll talk about a little bit, and then I'm going to try to get my buddy in here on maybe Tuesday. Have a
Oh, Billy.
Yeah, old Bill Umansky. I want to get. Did you see his video he posted today?
I didn't see it.
The guy's losing it, dude. He's absolutely losing it. I typed him a little message.
He's a fringe.
Bill, you're losing it.
He's a fringe guy. I mean,
Dude, he's lost it. He was wearing a red hat. He says, "Oh man, I got cottage cheese under my fingernail." He just went crazy, dude. I'm like, oh my god. I love watching the guy. It's been entertainment.
It's yeah. There's definitely a certain entertainment value.
We
there.
need to get him on.
Just
we need to get him on the show.
Can we end with the music? That kick-ass music we begin with?
You know what? That's a great idea. That's an absolutely great idea.
I love that music.
Yeah, I do too.
Is awesome.
All right, good night. Good night, everybody. This is our rock and roll music. Exiting the show tonight. We need to do it every night.
Until
exit
Tuesday.
and enter. Okay. Till Tuesday. We'll see you later. Adios.